Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn that the properties of operations with integers, and we will find out how to evaluate and rewrite expressions using the different properties of integers. So let's move to the topic now. Our lesson will include the first topic is commutative property of addition and multiplication. So we'll talk about the two operation of math, that is addition and multiplication, and the property name is commutative property, and the second property is associative property, and again we will use two operation, addition and subtraction. Now when we talk about the commutative property or associative property, we will talk about the two operation, addition and subtraction. So we'll not talk about division and subtraction. Let's move to the next slide. Our questions says that, does a bacon, lettuce and tomato sandwich taste the same as tomato, lettuce and bacon sandwich? Now just imagine that you have a sandwich which has three ingredients: bacon, lettuce and tomato. And if we will add tomato first, then lettuce and then bacon, if you will change the order of these things, so does they taste same or different? So you'll answer this question in the comment section. All right, so let's move to the next slide. Our learning outcomes are, by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to, first thing, you will be able to differentiate the commutative property from associative property. And the second thing, you will apply commutative property and associative property in integers operations. So the first thing, you are able to differentiate between the two properties, and then the second thing that you are able to learn, that you are able to apply the properties in integer operations. All right, so move to the first property, and the property name is commutative property. It states that rearranging the numbers, that if we will rearrange the numbers, does not affect the sum or product of the numbers. It means that addition and multiplication, sum means addition plus, and product means multiply. So if you will multiply the two numbers and we change the order of numbers, so it will not change our answer. Or if we will add two numbers like 2 plus 4, and if we will change the order of number 4 plus 2, we will get the same answer. This property is called commutative property of addition or multiplication. And remember that this property does not apply on subtraction and division. Now you can see that in commutative property of addition, if we will start adding these numbers from left hand side, like 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9 plus 5, we'll get an answer for this question. And if you will start adding the number from right hand side, 5 plus 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2, we'll get an answer for the question. So both the answers will be same. It means that changing the order in addition doesn't affect the answer. It means a plus b is equal to b plus a. Let's move to the next slide. Commutative property of multiplication. Let's talk about this time multiplication. It states that a times b is equal to b times a. You can see the grid here. In the first case, in this grid, we have two columns, 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 rows and 2 columns. So 2 times 7 is equal to 14. And if we just rotate the grid, so it has 2 rows and 7 columns, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. So 7 times 2, which is again equal to 14. It means that if we will change the order in multiplication, the answer will remain the same. In this case also, we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 8 columns. Let us check the columns now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 times 8 equal to 40, and 8 times 5 equal to 40. It means that if we'll change the order of numbers, like 5 times 8 equal to 40 or 8 times 5 equal to 40, it means if we change the order of numbers in multiplication, the answer will remain the same. This is called commutative property of multiplication. So this property applies in addition and multiplication. Let's move to the examples. You can see that minus 3 plus 9 equal to 9 plus minus 3 is missing here, minus 4 plus minus 10. Here we have minus 4, but minus 10 is missing here. You can write minus 10 in the bracket. So the next one is 15 plus 19. 19 plus what is missing here? Of course, 15 is not here. Write 15 here. So if we'll change the order in addition, the answer will remain the same. This is called commutative property of addition. Let's talk about the commutative property of multiplication. In this, it says that 16 times 15 times 13 equal to 15 times what number is missing? Here you can see that 13 is missing here. 21 times negative 250. Negative 250 times what is missing here? Right, 21 here. The last example is 24 times 50, which is equal to 50 times 24. So commutative property of multiplication says that if we change the order of numbers in multiplication, the answer will remain the same. Right. So we can move to the next slide now. Now, this time, the second topic that we'll cover here in this lesson is associative property of addition and multiplication. Now, what does it say? It states that changing the grouping of the numbers using parentheses or the type of the bracket does not affect the sum or product. Sum means addition and product means multiplication. Now, if you will change the, you know, if you will just change the numbers, the grouping of numbers using parentheses does not affect the sum, right? So it again applies to addition and multiplication, but it will not apply to subtraction or division. Let's move to the next slide. Now you can see that in this example, it says that a plus parenthesis bracket open b plus c equal to open parenthesis bracket a plus b close bracket plus c. It means that if we will change the grouping of numbers, the answer will remain same in case of addition or multiplication. Let's see this example. In A, add up all the red fruits first. We'll add up all the red fruit first. and then we will add the bananas, right? And in this case, B case, it says that add bananas and strawberries together and then add the apples. Did the total number of fruits change? So just think about it and write an answer in the comment section, and we will solve some questions on the next slide. The topic is associated property of multiplication. This time we have done with the addition, now multiplication. In this case, you can see that if we write here 5 times bracket 2 times 4, what are the different ways you can rearrange these numbers to get the same product? Now if you can write here 5 times 2 bracket and times by 4. So do we get the same answer? Let us check our answers. 5 times 2 times 4 equal to 8, and 5 times 8 equal to 40. In this question, 5 times 2 is equal to 10, and 10 times 4, which is equal to 40. It means that if we change the grouping of numbers in multiplication, the answer will remain the same. Let's do some more examples. Try these questions. Use the associative property to determine whether the equations below are true or false. Drag each question to the corresponding column. Now, can we do it, or just write? We can just write tick or cross. Now, negative 5 times 2 times 7 equal to negative 5 times 2 times 7. It's true. Negative 8 times 7 times 4. Negative 8 times 7 times 4. It is true again. Now, here we have an operation division. And remember that this property does not apply to division. So we will not consider this one as true, right? Okay, so this property is not applying on division. And in this case, if you can check your answer, 7 times 4 is 28. 28 times negative 8, you will get the answer in negative, which will have same answer as negative 8 times 7, which is negative 56 times 4. This will also give right answer. In this case, you can see that we have negative number, and this property is not applying to the negative integer. So this is also false. Let's move to the next slide. Now, group the sticky notes correctly under the two headings. All right, so what we'll do, we'll just write C or A. C for commutative property and A for associative property. Let's do the first one. 3 times 9 times 2 and 9 times 2 times 3. This belongs to C, commutative property. Now, in this case, you can see the groupings are there. So 3 times then bracket 6 times 8 and 6 times then bracket 3 times 8. It means that they have grouped the numbers in grouping. This is property is called associative property. There is no grouping here, it's addition also. It is called commutative property. In this case, grouping here, brackets you can see 99 plus bracket 1 plus 100 or 1 plus bracket 100 plus 99. This is called associative property. You can hear A. Now there are some definitions related to rearranging the numbers. If we only rearrange the numbers, it is called commutative property, and related to grouping of numbers, in case of grouping, this property is called associative property. If you write here A. So that's all for today. We have learned about the two main properties. The first one is commutative property, the second one is associative property, and both these properties involve two operation of math, addition and multiplication. Addition and multiplication. So these properties does not involve division or subtraction. That's all for today. I hope you understand these two topics. If you still have any questions, you can mention in the comment section below. Thank you.